Dear Gateway, for more than 20 years, I have looked forward to reading the letters our students write as their last assignment before graduating from 12th grade or being promoted from 8th, in which they wisely reflect upon their time at Gateway. Now, it is my turn, and I have had the benefit of 23 years of a Gateway education. I remember the first time I visited Gateway during the spring of 2000. There was a productive and positive hum in the air as students worked in their classrooms and interacted in the hallways. I had never seen such an integrated school community before, or one that embraced individual differences so fully. That day, I met each person on Gateway staff, and they were united in their purpose and in their willingness to embrace the messiness of good work. I helped a group of students pull off a surprise birthday party for the assistant principal by telling him with great alarm that he was needed in room 111. It was clear that Gateway was a place where learning, creativity, a little bit of mischief, and joy flourished. So when Peter Thorpe, Gateway's founding principal, called to offer me a job as a 10th grade humanities teacher the following week, I enthusiastically accepted without even pausing to ask about the salary. Over the years, I have grown into my identity at Gateway. A white, gay woman with silver hair, a teacher, a leader, an ally and co-conspirator, a competitor, someone who trusts the wisdom of others and who laughs freely. At Gateway, I began my journey towards understanding the beauty, challenges, and responsibilities that my identity entails. And in doing so, I have been able to tap into my power and what I hope is my best self. My time at Gateway certainly has not always been easy. I became principal a year after our first class of students graduated. We had close to 75% staff turnover. We were still in startup mode, and yet we were rebuilding at the same time. I witnessed our first student fights, our first big cheating scandal, our first cultural divides. I remember when we reckoned with the question, what does it mean to be college prep? Which is another way of asking, who are we here to serve? And what do we really believe about the potential of young people? At Gateway, I've seen generosity that staggers me. I've seen acts of bravery and integrity and brilliance. I have received so much more than I've given. The following is just a few of the happy and proud memories I hold on to like my favorite heart-shaped rock. Overhearing snippets of conversations in classrooms about sex ed and Olivia Butler and Newton's laws. Hugs and high fives in the hallway. House ball and winning the staff versus senior futsal game every year. The pride and power of Black History Month assemblies. Exhibition night at Gateway Middle, a showcase of students learning for the entire community. Our annual field trip to UC Berkeley on the first day of school for 9th grade orientation. Stinky and spirited middle school dances. Judging Iron Chef Gateway during project week. My advisory standing up on their chairs and singing happy birthday at the top of their lungs. Which way Gateway cheers. Donuts in the kitchen and teacher appreciation lunches. Marveling at student artwork in the halls. Cheering on student athletes and actors and talent show participants. Halloween assemblies and creative staff costumes. Seeing Gateway High School's first class graduate in 2002, and then seeing Gateway Middle School's first class follow in their footsteps 16 years later. The extreme pride and satisfaction when alumni visit and we get to see how awesome they turned out as adults. Meeting parents and students who just got accepted into Gateway and can't contain their joy. Taking photos with graduates and their caps and gowns. Student scholarships and college acceptances and first jobs. Listening to Gateway students, parents, staff, and trustees share their Gateway experiences as part of the charter renewal process. hiring and working alongside so many incredible Gateway alumni, nearly all of whom continue to call me Miss Olken years after they started working at Gateway. Always having the best stories at any dinner party about the insanity and inspiration of my job. At Gateway, we take the learning of our entire community seriously, not just our students. I have been so lucky to learn from and alongside our community all these years. So much of who I am and what I believe has been discovered here. It's like Gateway and I grew up together, each making our mark on the other. At Gateway, I have learned to always believe more strongly in what is possible than in what can't be done, and how to balance both urgency and patience. I've learned the importance of stepping up, and I have also learned the importance of stepping back to make space for others. I've learned to listen, to ask questions, to question my assumptions and biases, and to be humble both in times of success and in the face of mistakes and missteps. I've learned how brilliant and powerful our students are, and that intelligence looks like many, many things. I've learned to love our differences as much as our similarities. I've learned that our work is not about giving our students anything, but rather creating the environments for them to discover what is possible. And I have learned that we are greater than the sum of our parts, especially if those parts are as diverse as the Gateway community. Being part of the Gateway community has been the greatest privilege of my life. I hope that the lessons I have learned here will continue to inform how our community moves forward. We all know that Gateway is a truly special place, and it is incumbent on all of us to help it remain so. What matters most to me is how it feels to be at Gateway and how we each feel about ourselves as a result of our time here. So, I hope that we continue to treat each person with kindness and respect. I hope that we will remain curious about each other, about our strengths, our challenges, what makes us tick, what we hope for. Our work is serious, but I do hope we remember to enjoy it and to enjoy each other. I hope that things get hard, as they tend to do. We are not driven by fear or pride. Instead, I hope that our commitment to each other and to the future is what motivates us. I am blown away by the love and support that members of the Gateway community have shown me during my time here, especially these past several months. Each day it hits me a little harder how much I'm going to miss Gateway. The joy and drama of our students, my dear, dear friends on the staff and board, the challenges and successes that we all share, the deep satisfaction of doing good work. But I know Gateway will always be my home, it will always be in my heart, and it will always be my family. Thank you for everything. Much love, Sharon.